Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing kind of a random book haul. So I picked up a bunch of books like towards the end of last month and a few at the beginning of this month, so I just figured I'd lump them all into one kind of random book haul. So let's just dive right into what I got. The first book that I got is called Everland and it is by Wendy Spinelli. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, probably not. This seems to be a retelling of Peter Pan and I'm very intrigued by it. It sounds really good. It takes place in London and London has been destroyed by bombs and disease, and the only ones who survive the outbreak are children, and these children are scavengers and they try to avoid the German army. So it seems like it's very interesting. It seems to be a very different take on Peter Pan, so I'm very interested in reading this to see how I like it. The next book that I picked up I'm not going to talk too much about because most of you guys probably know what it is and what it's about, but this is End of Watch by Stephen King. This is the third book in I think what is called the Bill Hodges trilogy, but I'm not too sure on it, so don't quote me on that. But I'm very excited to read this, but I do have to read the second book first. I really enjoyed the first book, so I'm definitely looking forward to finishing this. I think that it's just going to be a trilogy, but I'm very excited about this. The next book that I got is The Fireman by Joe Hill, and I didn't realize that this book was so large. It might take me a while to get through this one, but I'm very excited about it because it sounds really awesome. Basically, it's about this highly contagious, deadly spore that tattoos its host with beautiful black and gold marks before causing them to burst into flames. Millions are infected, so blazes are erupting everywhere, and there's no antidote and no one is safe. And the disease is called Dragon Scale. This book just sounds really good and right up my alley. The next book that I got is something that I typically don't go for, and it is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. I haven't read the other book that Morgan Matson wrote, but I think I own it. I'm pretty sure I do, and I'm not sure if I'm going to start with this one or the other one, but this one sounded pretty good. I mean, for a contemporary. Basically, it's about a politician's daughter, and a bunch of unexpected things happen to her. It talks about a scandal, so it sounds good. Hopefully I'll enjoy this one. And I'm sure most of you guys have already read this book, so if you have, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. The next book that I picked up is The Outliers by Kimberly McCreight, and I basically picked this up because this is the same author that wrote Reconstructing Amelia, and I love that book so much. So when I found out that she was coming out with another book, I definitely had to pick this one up. This definitely sounds like a suspense thriller, very similar to Reconstructing Amelia, so I can't wait to read this one. And the next book that I got is Highly Illogical Behavior by John Corey Whaley. I really like Noggin by John Corey Whaley, but I don't like the other book that he wrote. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but this book sounded really interesting to me. It's about a 16-year-old who is agoraphobic, and I really love reading books about people with mental illness, anxiety, depression, etc., etc. I suffer from those things, so I really like reading books about it, and I'm definitely looking forward to this. This is a fairly short book, so I don't think it'll take me very long to get through this one. And the last book that I want to show you guys is something that I'm very excited for. I have been trying to collect all of Stephen King's books in hardcover, and I finally got my hands on a hardcover edition of Carrie. This edition was published in 1974. It is a book club edition, so it's probably not like the best copy that you can get, but I've looked for copies of Carrie in hardcover, and they seem to be mostly hardcovers that have other stories with them, and I really wanted Carrie by itself. This is one of the first books that I ever read by Stephen King, so I'm very, very excited to finally have this in my collection. So these are all of the books that I purchased in the past like few weeks pretty much, and it's very heavy, so I'm gonna put it down now. So let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these and what your thoughts were on them, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! This is the third book in the Bill Hodges trilogy. Ooh. Isn't it? Bill Hodges. I think that's what it's called.